the contract.
Thank you.
You seem like a man possessed tonight when you came out. The bell rang and just like you were shot out of a cannon. Were you just that motivated to finish the fight that quickly?
Yes, to be honest, this was exactly my plan, to go in and I get the knockout, or I will get knocked out. This was the plan, to be honest, because like I said in the interview past, I had some bad injuries during my preparation, some broken bones and everything. And yeah, that's why I just I just go inside me and say, okay, you sure you want to do this fight? And then I say, okay, let's go do this fight. If I get KO'd, then it is what it is, and if I get the KO, then it's good for me. And yeah, today we got the win by KO. So to be honest, this is one of my baddest, one of my baddest shapes ever.
So I take it you're not normally like that fast of a starter and a guy that just tries to overwhelm the opponent at the beginning.
Actually, I always do the same thing. I always go in and knock them out. I have like 10 wins, now 11 wins, and 10 by first round finish and 1 in the second round. So I always go for the knockout and for the finish.
Did I understand you correctly before when you said you're the worst fighter in your family?
Yes, my brothers are much stronger than me, and that's I'm not joking. My brothers are. I just look good.
So how many brothers do you have, and do they all fight?
Yes, we are 7 brothers all together, and yeah, all my brothers do fighting. I have like 3 little brothers and 3 older brothers, and all of them are fighting, but not MMA. One brother is doing boxing. And actually the rest is fighting MMA, yeah. And my little brothers, they're like 12 and 11 years old, so they also competing in boxing and kickboxing.
So what the hell was like living at home like with all these other fighters hanging around the house?
Actually, when I was younger, there was a lot of trouble, everyday fighting, who took my shoes, who took my jeans, the same thing what every brothers and sisters maybe in the family have.
See them out there?
Yeah. No, these are my best friends actually, but my brothers couldn't come over here because of visa problems, but yeah, my friends came here to support me.
Okay, and then you also model, is that correct?
Yes.
So what do you model? What kind of clothes do you model, and is that a lucrative profession for you?
To be honest, I did like a lot of for Versace, Hugo Boss. I don't know. I did actually every brand, which is like a big name. And did a lot of fashion weeks and everything, all this stuff. Yeah, but to be honest, I prefer fighting more than modeling. So, yeah.
So it's better to get kicked and punched in the face than it is to just walk down and out in a nice suit?
To be honest, yes. I canceled a lot of fights. And I canceled a lot of shootings when I was younger. We had some problems with money and everything, and this time modeling was really helping me with my situation. And I remember when I canceled a shooting for 5,000 was it. This was like at that time it was a lot of money for me. And the fight which I should fight the same day was like for 200 euro. Or something like that, and then I canceled the company and canceled the model shoot, and got to the fight. But at the end of the moment, the fight got canceled too because my opponent had an injury, And I had these situations really like 10 times, with even more money and everything. But to be honest, I love to be a fighter, and that's what I do.
Just 2 other questions from me then. Do you feel like you're a little more advanced than a lot of the fighters that are getting contracts in the Contender Series and going in? And do you feel like instead of starting kind of at the bottom that you might be up a few levels and fight a little bit more advanced competition?
To be honest, I think every fighter who comes to Dynamite Contender Series deserves his place here. And I think all of these guys today showed up, and everybody make a good performance. So actually...
And then lastly... were you inspired by any other fighter? Like, was there a fighter that you liked that kind of got you to go down this path?
I like all fighters who came from nothing and made it to the UFC, you know, or to other big organizations. I love this kind of things because I had the same situation in my life. You know, I came from nothing. I'm from Chechnya. You know, everybody knows this country is a war country. You know, and yeah, we grew up with nothing. You know, in the war, and yeah, from nothing to something. And that's why I love this kind of stories. So if fighters like we have seen today, Alex Pereira, you know, I have seen some videos of him when he was, you know, he had nothing, and then now he's, you know, living his life. He's a UFC champion. I love this kind of stories, and there are also many other fighters, you know, like Khabib, Charles Oliveira. You know, I like this kind of stories.
Thank you. I was going to say none of those guys look like they could beat you.
I'm just curious, have you ever had to cancel a modeling gig because you got beat up too much?
No, to be honest, because in all my fights which I had just one time in Blue Eye, and I had shooting for GQ. This was a magazine, and when I got to the shoot casting, they told me, "What is this, Blue Eye?" I say, "Yeah." They say, "Oh, it's cool. It's more authentic. Like it's you know, it shows what you really are. You know, because in the model business, the people already all know me. They know that I do fighting in my agency." At the beginning, they was hating it, but with the time, you know, they saw, okay, this guy will never stop fighting, so we have to accept it, and they accepted me like I am. So, yeah.
Sometimes we talk to fighters who, you know, don't have jobs or you know, come from poorer areas, and you seem that you have a good job, a good paying job. So will this change your life in any way, do you think?
What kind of job you mean, modeling or the fighting?
Modeling.
To be honest, I don't take too many jobs now from modeling because I'm concentrated on my different things. You know, I make my own things now in Germany. You know, I have my own gym in Germany. I have many other businesses now in Germany. But to be honest, I come from a poor family. You know, I came to Germany as a refugee 15, 16 years ago. Yeah, we came from Chechnya, you know, war country. We came there with zero money in the pockets, you know, and my brothers and me, we always tried to make something, you know, to make it there where we are now, you know. So now alhamdulillah, we have a good life, but yeah, we was always working for this, you know. So and we're still working. Like no one of my family is lazy. Every of my brothers has like now his own business, doing his own things, you know, and still fighting. And all my brothers are doing modeling, you know. So my older brothers are also modeling, and my younger brother too. So 4 of us are doing modeling and fighting.
Are your parents ridiculously good looking? You've seen Zoolander, right?
Yes.
Okay. What about have you thought about your debut? Have you thought about where you'd like to fight or who or when?
To be honest, I wasn't thinking about it till yet. So no, not now. No.
Thank you.
Islam. It's been a very long time since there's been a very hyped German fighter in the UFC. I guess, are you happy to represent Germany? And the company hasn't been to Germany since 2018, so are you the fighter to bring them back?
I promise you, Dana White and everybody who is in the company, you know, bring UFC to Germany again. I make the event full. Me alone. Just let me fight alone the fight card, and I promise you this thing, what I can say 100%, when you bring UFC to Germany, I will make this arena full.
I'm sold.
100%.
I know you just got your contract tonight, but how fast do you envision yourself getting to these big fights?
You know, to be honest, whoever wants the smoke, he can get the smoke, you know, so time by time, everybody will get. Thank you very much, guys.